What's going on, Feature Millionaires? It's your boy MTI, and as we know, drip is still going. The community is stronger than ever, and April will be 2 years that drip has been here consistently paying out every single day. Next month in February will actually be my 1 year I've actually been into the drip faucet, and actually in May, if not before, I will reach my first maxed out wallet. But I do want to say shout out to 𝗬𝗘𝗗𝗏𝗡. He actually maxed out his first wallet. He does have multiple, but I do know it feels good to max out that first one, so shout out to him. Now, as we know about the drip price, it has been very steady around that 50 cents. Rather, it's a little bit higher or maybe a little bit lower. It has been pretty steady around that 50 cents. As we look at the current drip fountain, you can see right at 50 cents at the time of this video. If we go over to the faucet here, we can see I have around 9,400 drip, 600 shy of reaching that 10,000 mark. And as we move over to the animal farm, one thing I did do briefly here, you can see if you look at total LP earned, I did go ahead and claim my 60.68 LPs. It was like $130, so like 65 in BNB, 65 in the actual dog token. So what I actually did was I just took those dog tokens and restaked them into the auto compounding pool. And so now I will get a little bit more as this start to accumulate again. And so you can see this is at the max tax reduction currently, and so just wanted to show you that I haven't done anything too crazy with the auto compounding pool, the dog pound itself. As I said, when I purchased my dogs, this was just more of a set and forget, and I'm kind of just going to repeat the cycle. Once this build up a little bit more, I will go ahead and take that half of BNB and then take that other half of dog tokens and then recycle it back into staking. And so if I go over to the drip garden here real quick, I'm gonna go to another wallet. You can see I got around 90 million plants here, have around 2.9 million to plant. I'll probably do that a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you because I haven't showed you the drip garden here in a little bit. But I do have around 90 million plants, almost at that 100 million plant mark. But one thing to keep up with the DK will be you want to have a dollar cost average strategy that you're probably doing maybe once a week or something of that nature to be able to keep up with that DK, because just compounding, twice a day, 3 times a day, you're not really going to keep up with that DK. But if you do have a DCA plan, that will allow you to keep up with that DK in the garden. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just giving you a strategy on how you can keep up with it. So one project I do want to talk about that has been printing is Droplet. And as you can see, for the total value locked, it's almost 1.5 million, right? If you look at the price of Droplet token, $5.47, golden drip share, 11.64. And if you go over to this video I put out 2 days ago, look at the total value locked. It was under 700,000. The price of Droplet was 323, and GDS was 750. And then L-Bond, of course, is 811. And people are actually still buying that because you can see L-Bond is 2158. And then here's the price of GDS and Droplet. And one reason why this price is so high is because if you look at the circulating supply, there's only 655 in circulation out of the total 30,133. But if you also think about it, 30,133 isn't a lot either. And if you look at Droplet's price, 106,000 isn't a lot either. Even though this is pegged to BUSD 1-to-1, you can see it is basically a 5x over or about 4.5x over the actual $1 peg price. And so if we go down to the dashboard, now I've already taken out $100, which was about maybe a little bit over a day. And as you can see, the last time I showed you in this video here, I only had about 1 BNB in here. Now I end up putting another BNB in, but I didn't put it into GDS BUSD. I actually put it into the boardroom, right? So a lot of this that you see right here is from gains, because when I got in, if you look here, the price was 323 and this was 750. So you can see I've already seen a decent amount of gains based off of where the price is now, 547, 1170. You see what I'm saying? So my total worth, you can see, is about $1,000. I got 620 in staking, 430 in the boardroom. However, this is including the rewards as well. You can see rewards to claim. So if I move down, you can see I got about 71.39 to claim, about 0.06 Golden Drip Share, you can see it's still at a 7.31% APR. So if you look right here, and I can claim this right now, $71 right now, there's about 323,000 TVL locked, and you can see this is what I totally have staked, a little bit over 500 bucks, 111 lit BUSD LP tokens. If we move down to the boardroom, also known as the water bucket, you can see I have about 9.17 lit earned, and you can see I have about 379 here in the boardroom. So instead of putting that other BNB into GDS BUSD pool, I actually put it in here to the boardroom so I can just earn more lit. And also you can see right here, this is about $33 a day that this $380 is earning me. And then if we go down to the staking, I have about 548. So if I hit the calculator here, you can see every 100 bucks is making you about 731 because the daily APR is a little bit over 7%. So if I just do 548, you can see that's making about 40 bucks a day at the current rate. Now, of course, this is always fluctuating, but if we're just going off of what it's saying today, that's about 73 bucks, give or take, a day. That, let me go back to the dashboard. That's about 73 bucks a day that this $1,000 is making me. Technically a little bit under $1,000, give or take, because if you look right here, 382, 548. So I have technically less than 1,000 actually staked. This is about, you know, a little bit over 900 bucks. So not too bad. This project is still printing. And one thing I do want to show you, if you hit useful links and if you hit the burner right here, it's going to tell you how many drip they've actually sent to the tax vault. So you can see they've now sent over 20,000 drip to the tax vault. They basically buy it and then send it to the tax vault. And that's what they mean by the buy and burn. So we can see Droplet is actually working. Contract address is here if you do want to track it. But it is nice to see the community projects that are working. We still got the Guardians of the Reservoir. We also have the lottery coming out. And then we have also the Forex utility that we all have been waiting on for a while now, of course, is, you know, lending, scratchies, you know, the on-ramp, the new UI. You know, we're waiting on all of these things so we can really start to up the utility for drip itself. Now, one thing I do want to say, shout out to the community, because no shot at Forex, but the community has basically taken Forex spot when it comes to building utility for drip itself, because we know most of Forex focus has been on the animal farm, right? So he's now getting back to focus a little bit on drip, but the community has pretty much took things in their own hand and say, hey, we're going to figure this out and we're going to build something that's going to help the overall ecosystem of drip. And this is what we have been seeing. And this is why you want to have a very strong community, right? You don't see a lot of communities doing this. And also with our community being so big, people can say it's a downfall because there's a lot of max wallets, there's a lot of people claiming. But when you look at how big the community is, this is why we're starting to have different developers build different things for drip. This shows how strong the community actually is. And also with us being so big, it allows a lot more talent to go around, right? It leaves a bigger pool for talent in our community. So I do think it's a plus. There's always pros and cons to everything. So again, it's nice to see the community working together. It shows how strong the community really is. It shows the talent we have in this community as well. And as I always say, drip is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, DeFi passive income communities in the space in our particular sector. And so with all that being said, if you're not taking advantage of any of the community projects and you're in drip, maybe look into it a little bit more and see if you can make additional money on the side while you're waiting on Forex's utility for drip. But that's all I got for you. Smash that like button, really helps out the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button if you like the content today, and I will catch you on the next one.